Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lorraine Alternative Homesteading on October 27, 2024. It's Sunday. And when I woke up this morning, it was 37 degrees. I didn't like that one bit. But anyway, hope everybody's doing well today. Let me know what the temperature is by you guys. It's starting to get cooler. And thank you, everybody, for joining in the chat last night. It lasted a little bit longer than I expected. I think from now on, I'm going to start around 10:15, and then end by midnight. Because what happens is, the longer we stay on chatting, the more topics get involved, and then what happens is YouTube starts tagging some of the topics and stuff, and they demonetize it. So, so we were on just over 2 hours. We were talking about, for anybody who hasn't listened to the chat yet, the live chat last night. Let me see, it lasted for 2 hours and 38 minutes. We were chatting about this targeted life. And I pulled up an article, How to Survive Mind Control, the Essential Handbook on Mind Control Tools and Techniques. And it was penned by a victim, and I read that entire article. I do not post the links anymore because YouTube, unless they're YouTube related, YouTube URLs, I'm not going to post the links anymore. So I'll just describe the name of the article, and usually during the chat, I'll provide you the date, etc. And then I read from the book Hidden Tech by Forbidden Tech. In fact, I need to change that. Forbidden Tech, The Complete Guide to Energy, Social, and Biological Technologies That They Did Not Want You to Know About, by Naima Morris and Tavon Rivers. I read a chapter on patents. There are a couple of V2K patents. So this stuff does exist for people who are out there that deny its existence and stuff. And then we briefly discussed towards the end Dr. John Nash and his hyper game theory article in the New York Times, entitled Explaining a Cornerstone of Game Theory by John Nash's Equilibrium. And I don't know if you guys know this, but John Nash was a targeted person. Most people don't discuss it. You know, they like to falsely believe that he was schizophrenic. But his schizophrenia was created by the powers that be. And then they treated him the way they treat a lot of MK Ultra victims, by placing him, institutionalizing him, giving him ECT treatments over many years. The guy was absolutely brilliant. And this was to side rail him because of his game theory. So, anyway, today I just want to say a quick hello, and also I received a comment on a question that I responded to back in February on Quora. You know, and when I respond to questions and stuff, I sort of like forget about them. But because this individual wrote a Marshmallow, they call themselves Marshmallow. He votes it as the best answer. Thank you for sharing. Yes, the gang-stalking term describes activities, warfare techniques related to mobbing, stalking, harassment, trespassing, vandalism, etc., and also attracts in order to mock, slander, stigmatize, and stereotype. It's the counter-operative to the other terms. The name fits if it describes some of the same activities minus the gaslighting stuff. So the question was, why do people deny gang stalking so vehemently? And my response is as follows. Let me just get out my glasses. There's a lot of glare here because the sun is shining in on my screen. And this adorable little mini watercolor is by Sawlight42 on eBay. And it's just really cute. She loves to paint these cute little black cats. So why do people deny gang stalking so vehemently? And I respond, the people who vehemently deny it are in on it. They're paid and they're involved. The police who are in on it are in violation of many laws, including Title 18, Sections 241 and 242, conspiracy against rights, and also deprivation of rights under the color of law. Secret societies are involved, and they lie about everything always. So they lie about this program, which, by the way, is also run by the military-industrial complex. This not-so-secret group call it the white glove treatment or the silent hit. These groups deny its existence, but they lie about everything and even deceive their own members into joining. It is a cult, a quote-unquote secret society who make up their own rules like organized crime. Some people are bribed, sign national security letters, and may be threatened or extorted with contrived or real surveillance footage, like a person cheating on their spouse. Some gain sadistic pleasure in participating and also benefit financially. This is only an opinion, that some do it for free because they're addicted to torture. It baffles the mind because most targeted people are women over the age of 40 who are divorced or single, living alone, or with children. They also target single men living alone. Now, children are being added to the list. Many of the targeted people are highly intelligent, creative, successful, and are covertly experimented on for their giftedness. It is a full-blown psychological operation to tear down and destroy the person and anything good about them. You have been watched for decades so they can devise their plot of destruction. These people are devoid of empathy or compassion and tend towards psychopathy. Many are simply envious and jealous, coupled with immaturity, and that equals criminal intent. They also deny gang-stalking because it is not a legal term. Mobbing, stalking, harassment, trespassing, vandalism, those are legal terms. And P.S. The perps on here, meaning on Quora, will say the following. Now, I should have put quotes here. Seek mental health assistance. You're paranoid. You're schizophrenic. Oh, you're not that important. You're delusional because they're involved in the cover-up. Expose them and report them for harassment. And that's what I do. So anytime somebody does that to me, whether it's on YouTube or Quora, I report them. Because for them to be calling you names in a public forum and it's not true, that's libel. It's libelous, it's defamatory. It's one thing if it is true, but for strangers to be saying these things about you when they don't know you, and they're spewing out these insults, it's against community guidelines, pretty much against, across most platforms, right? So you can report them for harassment, etc., and that's what you do. And then you block them. So let me see if there are any other comments here. And then one person wrote that she's an over 40 divorced former military spouse. She said, "You called it all. I'm sure it leads to population control. This is how they control the ones who will not comply." And then one person writes, "I agree. I'm noticing not one, but a cluster of people are losing weight for no apparent reason or explanation, especially in the elderly. They want people to get sick and put down to old age." Another person writes, "They're all trained to gaslight. It's treason, war crimes, fraud, murder, conspiracy against rights, deprivation of rights, stalking, harassment, civil rights violations, perjured testimony in court." Another person wrote, "Police, law enforcement, vigilantes used to mean good fighting evil off. All world leaders, celebrities, children, they target all human beings now. Our world is invaded. They're unaliving us all. People not speaking the truth makes many feel it's only happening to some. Some can work, many cannot. Your mind bot is the quoted favorite Bureau of Instigation agent. They went from annotating your every move to wanting to be you and making you eat and, I don't know if I could say these words, poop at their electronic, not human programming. They are in every human mind calling the shots now. Ask President Trump what happened during his presidency. This is what this person writes here. Another individual writes, 100% correct. I'm hunted by the military-industrial complex neighborhood watches. I do see some clean-cut government contractors, but also a lot of neo-Nazi-looking fools with full-on tats, dog tags, beards, and swastika stickers. You're also correct to write that there is it is no legal term. This is unfortunate, as so many of us are experiencing this inhumanity in a way many will never understand. Aside from mobbing, stalking, general harassment, trespassing, vandalism, and physical violence against ourselves, pets, and families, they're now using high-tech, military-grade weapons to attack innocent citizens in the USA. They say, I am a D.C. resident, a U.S. citizen, female, and I'm assaulted 24/7. They also attack my family members. I'm noticing a steady decline in all of our health. This person warns, don't come to America. If you aren't unalived for being black and driving, be sure you'll be sizzled to death in your own bed for being brown. You're better off in a third world country. Be thankful you're with family and are alive. Don't come here. You won't be able to leave or prove a thing. There are actual Nazis here and have formed groups such as the KKK, which are legally allowed. Another, a gentleman writes, I believe we're all getting excessive radiation 24/7, and it's absolutely going to unalive every single one of us. I'm 53 and I feel like I'm 93. I am now starting to have a hard time just getting around the house. Nobody in my family has this much pain just trying to move around. I don't even know what they have done to me. I just know the way I feel is not normal or hereditary. Another person writes, they keep having people ask me if I'm Native American or Jewish or Latin. You now have to explain why. We're in a repeat of what the Nazi did, but now our unalive camp prison is right in our own living room. They're using dues on me and my husband. Another person writes, I read somewhere that the term vigilante must be used to trigger any type of attention from the authorities. Yep, that's what I put on my leaflet. Vigilantes, also known as Satan's trash. And so the question was, why do people deny gang stalking so vehemently? And one of the ways to know that you've got a perp, and there was the perpetrator in the live chat last night, started to ask really bizarre questions and then say that I was overreacting and paranoid. As soon as the person said that, they were blocked and kicked off the chat. So I wrote, P.S. Perps on here will say the following. Seek mental health assistance. You're paranoid. You're schizophrenic. You're not that important. You're delusional because they're involved in the cover-up. Expose them. Report them for harassment. But I hope you enjoyed this. If you've got your own response to why do people deny gang stalking so vehemently, leave a comment down below. I'd like to hear your questions and thoughts on this. Please remember to hit the thumbs up. It helps the channel grow, get the message out there, and I'll talk to you guys soon.